Teofimo Lopez says that he's willing to go to a catchweight to fight with Ryan Garcia. That's a big fight. I've been saying that, Devin Haney shouldn't be too eager to get back in the ring with Ryan Garcia. After taking a beating like that, I do think that Devin Haney will recover. He'll be back. And I think he could even become, champ again. I'm not saying I know he kept his belts, but I just mean on that greater stage in the future. I still think he can still become a champ at another, weight division. But in terms of Teofimo and Ryan Garcia, man, it doesn't get much better than that. When you talk about explosion, how explosive these fighters are, how quick they are, how reactive they are, how talented they are, just generally an exciting fight on a great scale. Where you have a guy like Ryan Garcia, who's now on top of the world, avenged his only loss to a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, a guy considered to be the face of boxing, a knockout artist, avenging himself, not against just any other professional fighter. It wasn't a B-level, C-level fighter. It was Devin Haney. That's a guy that was brought up as a blue chip prospect and was a very credible opponent for Ryan Garcia to beat. Nobody had anticipated that. And you have a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who's a showman in his own regard, and he knows how to put on a show. He's definitely one of those great counter punchers. Both of these fighters like to fight styles where they come forward. They like to not have to hunt for their food, because when they have to hunt for their food, they kind of have to do their own chasing. But you could argue, Ryan Garcia he's a pressure fighter, but Teofimo, he does better when you're coming to him, and when he has to go after you, he looks a little bit off. But I think with Ryan Garcia, he likes to go forward. So the styles make it a very interesting fight in my opinion. But I'm excited. I think that Teofimo, saying that he's willing to go to a catchweight is big, because there aren't a lot of people willing to do that. You talk about the Megafight with Tank. It's a great fight. It's a Megafight. But ultimately, Tank would have to agree to that catchweight. And I'm not sure he's going to do that, because you guys got to remember, Tank wasn't willing to go to 140 to fight Devin. So would he go to fight Ryan now that Ryan put on that performance against Devin? Like, I don't know if Tank and his team would oblige and make that fight happen to agree to those terms. But a catchweight is the only way that Ryan Garcia said he'd be willing to fight Tank. He can't make 140 is what he's saying. And I don't know if I buy that. I think if he really wanted to make 140, he could. But to feel his strongest, to do what he did against Devin Haney, he has to feel at a comfortable weight. If not, then there's no point, because it's like you're not really getting the real Ryan Garcia. And I don't like any excuses. So, and then you have to take into consideration Tank's perspective, because, if he goes in there and Ryan Garcia beats him at a catchweight, Tank is going to have excuses saying, yeah, he was too big. He was just too big for me. So, like, there's going to be a little bit of excuses on either end if, the guys do get through a negotiation. But I think it's a big fight. It's just too much money. I don't get how they don't make that fight happen also at the same time. Like, I get why they'd have a lot of trouble, but I feel like there's too much money on the table to walk away from a Ryan Garcia rematch if you're Tank and his team. Because, like, at the end of the day, you're the face of boxing, but you have to continue to give the people what they want in terms of credible opponents. And when fans want to see a certain fight, you kind of have to give it to them, because if you don't, there's always going to be that chitter chatter that you ducked this person, you ducked that person, you ducked the Ryan rematch, you didn't even want to fight Devin. So I think Devin and Tank is still a big fight, because I've been saying, if you're Devin Haney, why would you rush back into a fight with Ryan Garcia? Like, you obviously got punished. I think that you need to take time to, reflect and reevaluate everything, and then come back and get your confidence back. Because, in all of Devin Haney's career, this is the fight, the single fight where he's lost confidence. He's for sure lost confidence against Ryan Garcia in that fight. Taking your first loss isn't easy to do. It's all about how he bounces back from it. And I think in order to do that, to his full and maximum potential, he has to, have a stay busy fight. Don't get back in there with a killer just yet. Any big puncher right now kind of saw Devin Haney get exposed. And I don't like saying that fighters get exposed, because Devin Haney's still a great fighter. But now people are going to be aware of the fact that if I land on him clean, he might go down. And that's not to say, it's easy, because Ryan Garcia, because he went in there and landed it, it's different. Ryan Garcia is very rangy. Devin didn't see it coming. It's always, you guys got to remember that hook is like, it you see it for a sec, comes out, and then hits you again. So like, everyone's saying Devin Haney got hit with that hook. Yeah, because Ryan Garcia throws it fast, because you can see it for a sec, and then it goes out of your vision, and then boom, and it's too late. So that's why it's so difficult. If you guys are wondering why Ryan Garcia was able to land that hook, even though it's his signature shot, and Devin Haney couldn't defend it, it's because Devin Haney, how do you defend a shot that basically he has to block your jab? Okay, I blocked your jab, and then the hook's coming behind it. It's not easy. You know, no matter what you guys say, they talk about defending and negating the hook. It's kind of hard, because when Ryan throws it, and he continuously throws it, it's so fast, and he can throw it at different angles after different combinations, different punches. So it's hard, man. When that thing is like here, it goes out of your vision and then hits you again, that hook is no joke. It's gonna crack you, and it cracked Devin Haney hard, and we saw the effects it had on him. Beat up face, you know, really getting wobbled, and that just goes to show how hard Ryan Garcia really hits. But Ryan Garcia, he's just one of those talented guys who can get away with it. Like, I think now a lot of people are gonna be confused within the sport of boxing, saying, man, you can drink, you can smoke during a training camp, you can date pretty girls. Yeah, but Ryan Garcia has a God-gifted level of talent where he can almost get away with it. Not everybody has that, especially at the professional level. Ryan Garcia, just because he did it doesn't mean it's what everybody else should do. But ultimately, you know, it is funny. At the end of the day, it's kind of funny, because we look at the guy and you see Devin Haney doing everything right. You know, a strict diet, a strict training regimen, running 5 to 6 miles a day, hitting 2 to 3 workouts a day, taking 1 day off throughout the entire week. But even after all that, like, this guy, Ryan Garcia, who everyone calls a one-trick pony, really his signature shot is that left hook. But if he doesn't land it, you know, there's a good chance he'll win. But Ryan Garcia is just talented. There's no other way to put it. This guy's talent showed up on that night. The power was there. It always is. And Devin Haney had ultimately no answer for it. All the boxing in the world, when you get cracked, there's nothing you can do. All your plans fall apart, and that's what we saw from Devin Haney. I'm sure he trained hard for this fight. I'm sure he trained for the hook, but when you feel it and taste it in the first round, there's no way that it doesn't impact your mental state during the fight. So, you know, throughout that 12 rounds, Devin saying, am I going to get hit again? And he, sure enough, got cracked 3 more times, got knocked down, and I really do think that fight should have been stopped, whether it was by his father or that stupid referee. But ultimately, you know, Devin Haney, he got punished in there. He got punished. I do think he'll be back, but he shouldn't pursue that rematch anytime soon, because Ryan Garcia is on top of the world right now. Devin needs to gain his confidence back with some get-back fights, but he's definitely still gonna, you know, stay at that top tier. I don't think he'll fall off, but it's all about, you know, his mental. How do you bounce back from a loss? How do you take that information and react in the future, and, you know, just act like it never happened. Go back to what you do best, box people, and don't try to knock people out, because that's not you. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, I'd love to see that fight. But, you know, mainly Teofimo Lopez and Ryan, I think, at a catchweight is the way to go. And Teo said he's down for a catchweight, so hey, that fight is possible, very much on the table now. So, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.